John
Good afternoon,
Beverly,
everyone.
the Candyman,
This is John
the
Beverly, the businessman with
businessman
a
with a
conscience. We're here
conscience on
at
LICMC.net
770
Radio every
Harbor,
Saturday
Detroit,
at
Michigan,
3 p.m.
48213, where each one teach one brick, one building, one block at a time. And today, first of all, I would like to start off by saying last week when I spoke, we had somewhat of mixed emotions. Different people was talking to me about it, and some of them was inspired, some of them was a little disappointed, a little hurt, a little down, and a little out. But I just want to say, first and foremost, don't feel sorry for me. Don't feel bad for me because all of us have to go through something in our lives, and these are learning stages. I didn't speak about my experience to make anyone feel bad or for anyone to feel sorry for me. I just wanted you all to know and hopefully try to encourage you to hang in there and to not to ever give up. Most important, don't ever give up because sometimes just when you get to where you want to be and just before the breaking of day, just before you get to the other side of the tunnel, just before you're about to get your blessing, a lot of times we give up. And if we'd have just kept pushing just a little bit, if we'd have just held on just a little while longer, you would have found out that there was a blessing on the other side of that door. There was a blessing in just a few more steps and just a little more pushing. I realized there's power in words. So we have to be careful what we say and when we say things to people because, we can hurt people. And a lot of times we don't mean to, but sometimes we say things and we don't really mean it the way that it come out. Sometimes we say things and before we can think about it, we done said it, not realizing the feelings that we have hurted, not realizing the people that we're hurted. And most important, I always tell people love don't hurt. And a lot of times we find ourselves trying to help people and correcting them and saying things to them that end up hurting them. So what we really need to do is try to think about what we say before we say it and think about how it might sound coming out or if it was said to you. We have to be careful for nothing. Like I say, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And it shows that you care based upon decisions that you make, based upon the way you talk to people, the way it comes out, the way it's delivered. And everybody, wants to hear a kind word. Sometimes even in correcting people and even in chastising children, I've learned from my experience, you guys may have heard me several times talk about when I used to get a whooping just about every day. Sometimes you just have to sit down and just talk to that child. My children would tell me, so Dad, I would rather for you to just whoop me and get it over with. But before I began to either put them on punishment, before I began to chastise them or spank them or whoop them or whatever you want to call it, you can't do that today. They'll call the police on you. So I don't suggest it. But I would have a talk with my children and I would ask them, say, do you know why you're getting this whooping? And they looked at me kind of crazy. Then I let them know if you wouldn't have done that in particular, if you would have thought about it before you did it, maybe you wouldn't have done it. But most important, if you'd have thought about the consequences, because based upon decisions that you make brings about the consequences. So if you'd have thought about what you was about to do and think about the trouble you might would get in because of what you're doing, and having this conversation with Daddy at this point in time, maybe you wouldn't have done it. And like I say, my kids would tell me sometimes, and they tell me today, Dad, you used to sit down and just talk to us, and tell us about what we did. We know what we done, and we know, like you say, if we would have made a better decision, it wouldn't have happened. And they really wanted to tell me, can we just go in and get the whooping over with? We're gonna get a whooping already, so we have to deal with this lecture as well. But like I say, different things that I go through, hopefully I say it's something that would encourage someone, to motivate someone to make better decisions. Think about what they say before they say it, and realize with husband, wives, boyfriend, girlfriends, everybody wants to be loved. No one wants their feeling to be hurt. So we should think about things that we say. There's my father, he was a preacher, and he would sometimes be teaching, and sometimes you hear him talk about just before daybreak, midnight. At midnight, something's gonna happen, and you used to think and wonder, but now you realize more. And as the song say, I'll understand it better by and by when the morning comes. So when the morning comes, what happens is over your lifetime, you think about things, you do things and not knowing the consequences, not knowing, in some cases, not even knowing why you do it, but you do it. And then sometimes people say things to you that you don't quite, but when you think about it, and as time go on, you begin to understand things better, like they say, by and by. And when I spoke on last week, I was more or less just wanted to share some information and let people know that no matter what you're going through, all you have to do is just take a look around. Because sometimes on my way to work, on my way from work, and I look on the side of the streets or the road or the highway, and I see people on some corners or at the gas stations at the exit or entrance on a ramp with their sign homeless, would you help? And I think about whatever kind of shape I'm in, at least I'm not homeless. And I do have a roof over my head, and I have food to eat, and I have a job. I may not be where I want to be, and I thank God because I'm not where I used to be. And in some cases, some people say I made it. But I often tell people in my blessings now that you haven't seen nothing yet, because the best is yet to come. And I'm often, like I say, looking at other people realize, and I ask you to look around yourself and just look around and see the kind of shape that other people are in. And it'll give you something to think about. There's some people in better shape than you, but there are also some people that's in worse shape than you're in. And I don't wish worse on anyone, but all you got to do is just look around, and then you'll realize yourself that you have so much to be thankful for. There's a song that goes, the words is, I've had some good days, and I've had some bad days. I've had some hills to climb. But when I look around and I begin to think things over, I realize that all of my good days outweigh my bad days. And it, with a conscious mind, I say, Lord, I won't complain. Because when I see other people, when I see people in wheelchairs and I realize that I can walk, I see people that's being led by others because they can't see, and I realize that I can see. I woke up this morning and I realized that I went to bed last night and I woke up and I got up and I started on my way. A lot of people didn't get up this morning that went to bed last night. So we have so much to be thankful for. And every day I get up, I thank God for another day, a brand new day that I've never seen before. And I can appreciate my friends. I can appreciate God bringing me from where He brought me from. And they had appreciation service for us last year. And my story was from which I came. We don't know where we're going or where we're going to end up at, but we do know where we come from. And realizing where we come from, we have just so much to be thankful for. Like I said, that was a time that I thought that I would never be broke, but I ended up being broke, and I'm pretty sure somebody else out there can say the same thing. You thought that you would never be in the shape that you were in. You thought everything was going to be happy. Everything is going to be smooth, but every now and then we run across a stumbling block or somebody trip you up or something happens or you get sick. You never know. You don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. But on your way to tomorrow, be careful what you do today. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Talk to them the way you want to be talked to, because words can be hurtful. So we have to be careful in the things that we say to one another. I try to say a kind word to any and everybody. And when I see people, even when I speak to them, I smile. There's nothing like a smile on your face when you say hello. You can speak to people and say hello and have a frown on your face, and it makes people think, wow, I wonder what's really going on with them. But I try, even if my day is not going right, I don't want my day to affect others. I would like for something that I do to be lifting, because that's the same thing I would want somebody to do for me. If I'm down, I don't really want to run across nobody that's down too and all negative. And, you know, I'm pretty sure at one time or another, some of you have run across a person and you say, hello, how you doing? It's a good day. And they say, what's so good about it? Well, you're here. And as long as you're here, you stand a chance to be in a better position tomorrow. I tell people, as long as we're here, we stand a chance for another blessing. And I'm here to tell you that if He thought enough of me, in spite of me and the things and where I come from, I did some things that I'm not proud of. But I thank God I'm not still making those kind of decisions and doing those kind of things. I can truly say, look where He brought me from. And if it had not been for Him, where would I be? So many times, not only with my penance, I was knocking at death's door, but God thought enough of me to allow me to see another day. He could have took me out a long time ago. He could allow someone else to do something to me, but he didn't. He saw fit that maybe I had something else or some work to do, if no more than to tell them that God is able to do anything but fail. And he haven't failed me yet, even in my bad days. I'm still here. And I have a chance to get things even better, to do better. And that's what we always should want to do, is better. This is John Beverly, the businessman with a conscience. Hopefully I said something to encourage you and wake up. Tell somebody that you love them and mean it, and have a smile on your face. And if you're with the person or those people that you can do it to, give them a big hug. It's a warm feeling. I know from experience. I love you. I appreciate you. John Beverly, the businessman with a conscience, where each one reach one, each one teach one. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, and we care. Thank you. Have a great day.
John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m. Akubalon Village presents Youth Field Trip events, Fridays 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. and 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Ages 5 to 17. $10 per person. Minimum 10, max 15. Saturdays and Sundays 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. $200. Minimum 10, max 15. Includes a Kubalon special, hot dogs, chips, and punch. Akubalon Village's activities and amenities: air hockey, pool table games, video games, foosball, karaoke, movies, TV, cafe. Located at 7701 Harbor Avenue in Detroit, Michigan, 48213. For more information or to schedule, call 313-921-1616, 313-921-1616. Credit cards, checks, cash apps, and Zelle accepted. It's our pleasure to serve you. Culinary pleasure. Have your next social event here at Akubalon Village. Recreation, Entrepreneur Cafe, Culinary Pleasure, Recreation, Education, Culture. For more information, call 313-921-1616, 313-921-1616. John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are celebrating 2-year anniversary of LICMC radio here. So we wanted to stop through and say hello and invite you guys to support. We're having a special fundraiser. So you can click the link or go to our Cash App at LICMCRA, and there you can donate and support. So, hi, London.
Hello.
So can you tell the people a little bit more about LICMC Radio, for those of you that don't know?
Well, LICMC is a 24/7 live stream radio station, and it has a lot of programming on there. It is Christian and community based, but in business, so anybody can get on there and do something, promote the program, do their own show, or whatever they like to do.
Great. And it's our second year anniversary. So we started in September, the end of September 2020. We weren't really sure what was going to launch through, but London found a way to get all the tech and everything together, and it came through the end of September. So we praise God for that. And so we're celebrating from now, actually throughout the month, and our fundraiser is going to end, I think, October 8th. But you can always give at LICMCRA. But we're going to tell you a little bit more about us, what you're giving to and what you're supporting. But we're going to take a short break. We're going to see a little bit from our friends here at LICMC Radio, some music from our friends. But first, let's do something. Let's show some of our people here at LICMC Radio. So we'll be right back.
A teenager when I started, and I was excited when Irene decided that she wanted to get into that. And I found out that my immediate family members, sons, daughters, they work right with me with radio and television. So they all are some very good people that can produce, and they have their own style. But everything is done professionally. We learn professionally, and I'll say this, I find my niche. You know how you're born to do what you do. So I'm excited, but I just want to thank God for allowing us to come to this point where we are doing it. So we're trained in what we do professionally as well. So it was a beginning for us to have our own station, but we have been giving our services and working as employees of another radio station. I work for at least 2 or 3 different months in different departments in business, sales, engineering. Miss Irene's been doing engineering production. So we just want you to know that we are qualified to do this. And just want to thank God once again, because even though we may not be at the other location, nothing has stopped, and God has taken us to some other levels. So we can do anything for anybody from anywhere. We are contactless at this point, so you can be anywhere, anytime, all the time. It's endless. You can come up with ideas and we can get with you and help you to structure curtail whatever service that you like according to what you like. So you can dream big, have some big ideas, and we can, like Irene said, we can back you up. As a matter of fact, if you already are doing something online, we can click in. That's what she was saying. We can click in to what you're doing and still put you on all of everything that we do live. So we're excited, and we thank God. I just want to thank God for it. It's awesome.
Yes, amen. And I'm excited to work with you, London, my family, and shout out to my sister Sylvia, my brother Michael, and my niece Lil C for all you guys support and being a part of what we're doing, as well as Miss Jasmine. We love you. And I love all you guys. There's so many people that work with us, all of our radio family. We love you guys, and so thank you for celebrating the the 2-year anniversary with us. You'll be seeing this rotate. This won't be the last time. You'll see this rotate for a little bit, and you'll have a lot of opportunities to give. So if you can't give at this moment while you're watching, you can give in the future. Again, you can click that link, or you can always give at Cash App at LICMCRA. That's Cash App, LICMCRA. And if you want another way to give as well or connect with us, you can email londondoris@gmail.com. That's LONDENDORIS@gmail.com. Anything else you want to say, London? You want to say goodbye?
I just want to say thank you, Miss Irene, for being there, being one of the greatest as well. We're together. Goodbye, everybody. We love you.
It's a Labor of Love, Sunday, October 16th, 2022 at 3:30 p.m. We are celebrating and honoring the electrifying Chris Moore at the Greater Mount Olive Baptist Church, 661 West 8 Mile Road, with Reverend Johnny Jordan, featuring many groups of the city. Also a surprise guest, but the groups that will be there: Reverend Millhouse and the Family, Gospel Deliverers, Stairways to Heaven, Stars of Faith, Predestined, God's Sons and Daughters, and the Dynamic Gospel Tones, and many others. Free admission. Masks must be worn. For more information, call 313-574-1413